Okay, so hey guys, it's a trip review for the 4th of June. So this was quite a big harvest for this day. Okay, it was a very nice trade. Okay, but the whole context of this day was it's Thursday and we have it was a NFP week. Okay, so right here. Oh, okay. Thursday. Thursday we of NFP week and tomorrow we have NFP. Okay, so I still traded it because I saw that initially I didn't want to trade. I just take read it. Then I thought that I saw an opportunity, so I decided to just trade it. Yeah. Okay, so now there's a lot of factor for this day. Okay, this day right, I decided to trade it during 10:50 a.m. macro because first off, if we bring in the 4-hour chart, yeah, prior my chart is really messy. Okay, it's all from that day's trading. I was just typing everything up in a recording. Okay, so I was looking at this 4-hour BC, and then we got so many sell sides, right? So 4-hour BC sell sides raided 2 days. Wednesday been shooting lower, raiding all these sell sides. Then Thursday we went lower, raided these sell sides once more, supported off 4-hour BCCE. You can see what the bodies has been doing. It has been supporting off the 4-hour BCCE. That's why I'm thinking price can move up. Okay, and then we have this 4-hour BI. That's why. That is also a new day opening up. So that's why there's so many reasons for me to see for price to retrace to just a premium. Okay, then here, right here, profitable longs right here. It looks like can reach here. That was have been my terminus. In fact, it reached there and then started sinking lower after supporting off this 4-hour order block. The reason why is because it's Thursday and we have NFP. Can do anything during this week. Okay, so you can see this is the clean high. Why this high? Because this is the Thursday daily high. Since London session, this was the only high that everyone that profitable shots are still there. That is the reason why I was only aiming for there. And then it went up to this 50 MACD and then started sinking lower. Like lower during Friday. Like you can see what big sinks lower during Friday. It's crazy. So London session or Asian range definitely you can see for long. You can see what Asian did. Open up. We open up with our right here. So close right here, open right here. You can see price expanding higher during Asian range because price is in a hurry to reach a premium. Okay, but no, that's not the case. Okay, so right here, I'm just gonna do a trade review and then I'm off to my work. Okay, so okay, I'm seeing what you can see this BC 4-hour BC is also 1-hour BC. We got right here, basically 15 minutes. Okay, you can see this CB that would have been my terminus and it reached all the way up there during 1 p.m. Boom, reach up there, supported off it, then move lower. Okay. Okay, the reason why I was waiting too long, I long only doing at 10:50 a.m. macro because I want to see confirmation. I want to see expansion up. Okay, and it did show me expansion up this 50-minute CB. That was what I was waiting for. So we'll just jump into the recording and everything will be clear right there. Okay, so you can see this is just a demo trade because I was thinking price can continue lower. Okay, and I'm just getting a few of the price. So you can see we supported for our BCCE. I was thinking that I want to go long, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for time because it's really messy right here. Because if you see it on like a 5 minute or 15 minutes chart, it's not. It's really ugly. Yeah, this 2 times 4. So you can see I was in doubt the direction I'm on seeing. I want to feel the market. So you can see I typed that we have a 260 points open range gap because it technically will have a very very big open range gap. So that was my concern of going long because when you have that kind of big open range gap, it can just continue moving lower. That might be a signature that it wants to continue moving lower. So you can see 8:30, 9:30, sell sides raided. So I am looking for longs because it's only reasonable for me to look for longs now. But at the same time, I don't want to call the bottoms, okay? But you can see for our BC has reached. So that is why I'm waiting. I'm waiting for sell side to get bread, for price to really enter discount, then only I'll go long. Yep, risk is too big for it. So watch how sensitive price is to this 5 minute CB. And then we have this opening gap. Okay, we are currently at the opening gap, and then I'm seeing this new week opening gap. So there's a lot of targets and levels that I want to see price use if we are going to move higher. Just look at 5 minute consolidation with this support off here. Okay, you see, like here could have been a nice long, but the risk is just too big. And in fact, it did expanded way higher. So that 80 point stop loss, right? Yeah, that could have been too big for me. Okay, so just missing out that trade, that is the correct thing to do. Okay, right here you can see I decided to create the trading, the demo account, because I wanted to I'm decided to trade live. Okay, so right here I changed to the live account. Watch the mouse. This is the take me account I'm currently using. Okay, 5 minute CB, we expanded above it with a closing candle above it. Okay, that's why I'm thinking can go long. Inversion fair gap. So what I draw here is the previous 5 minute candle, and ideally get going, not expecting price to reach the CE. Okay, if you are going to be bullish, you don't want to see price go past the CE of it. That's why I draw that. Okay, on the 5 minute candle is doing the same. So you can see I did want to go long here, but I hesitated. So here the risk would be okay. but just wait. Okay, because it was during this time. Now I'm just gonna bring it the 5 minute chart. Okay, you can see right here. So price did retrace down to the 25% right here, but it retraced lower into that BC, act as a breakaway gap and continue moving higher. So you can just wait for this kind of movement entering the BC. But I was not trading yet, just watching price first. So you can see I was constantly looking at the ES also. ES have the expansion higher. You can see 5 minute still waiting. Okay, so I only started trading during 10:50 a.m. macro. I was waiting for 10:50 a.m. macro because 10:30 you can still retrace down to offer discount first. And like I was saying, I am doubting because we have such a big opening gap. So I am just feeling price, reading price. Okay, hold on. Right here you can see this was that trade I took. The first trade that I took, it was a loss because I was expecting price to just expand up. Here there's a 1 hour CB, 1 hour CB low. So I traded based on this fair value gap. I was expecting a move up, but it just didn't. Okay, this point is really signaling that it does not want to move higher. Sitting over this 5 minutes BC. So you can see price is actually sitting above these levels. Okay, I was looking at another chart, which is the 5 minute. You can see I pull out the 5 minute. It's right here. You can see what the bodies are doing. They are constantly closing above this. So that was what I was looking on the 5 minute chart. Just feeling price. That's it. This is way too long, man. Okay, so I make it faster now. So it's almost eight more minutes, almost to 10:50 a.m. macro. So what I was saying, we got above the open range gap lower 25%. So you'll see me toggling back and forth like the hiding drawing one. Why? It's because my chart is really way too messy. Okay, that's why I'm really having a hard time to focus. Especially you can see later on in the video, I will just keep on toggling height. But fortunately, there were cleaner charts on my computer. Yeah, not the one that I recorded, but there were cleaner charts. So I was actually focusing different levels on different screens, which makes it easier for me to manage. Okay, so you can see I'm waiting for a clear stop rate lower 10:50 m macro. That was what I was waiting for. With this kind of movement like that, okay, you can see expansion up now after taking out all these stop rates. But it's not time yet. Okay, it's not time yet. So I was saying what you see right here. We have been rejecting off the 5 minute reaction block. So I'm seeing for short term low to be rated first. Where's the short term low? Right here. This one. This one right here. At least for that one to get rated. Okay, so now we have rated it. But I'm not gonna go long because we still have this low. So price can move lower to it already. It can do so. Okay, now 1050 and macro. Exactly like what I was saying. Price can very move lower if we have a gigantic opening gap. So I'm just waiting. Okay, so now 1050 and macro is running. I'm waiting for price to expand past these 5 minutes CB. Just look at this kind of movement. That is not what you want trading. So sitting still is the right thing to do now. Okay, so now price is expanding higher. But wait and see. Why? Because I want to see price start moving higher aggressively because it have already do consolidation. It has already did sales X rate. If you want to move higher and we are quite low, we are really low. Want to move higher, it's going to do it during the 10-15 macro. Okay, and you can see price started moving higher. Here could have been a long. There's no stop loss, but there's no value gap. But just trading based on these previous candle that have moved lower and touched this, okay, that has expanded past this 5 minute CB. Okay, you can could trade based on it. Okay, now this is what I was waiting for. But I want to see, does it close above that 15 minutes CB? Just like that. Okay, after this movement, I am affirmed that we are going higher. At least to here. Okay, so I'm going to trade based on this 15 minutes CB. Yeah, I wanted to trade right there. Okay, here I'm going to go long. Just a bit more. Just waiting. Okay, I decided to go long because you can see it went lower. It could, if you are bullish, we don't want to see price reach for it. But I'm thinking NFP big, we can ideally reach for it. Then I thought to myself, I don't need perfect entries, okay? And the risk allows, so I just traded it. Okay, so now what I want to see is this two fair value gap. I want to see two fair value gap rule. The wicks can poke through the low one, but I want to see the body staying above it. Okay, and because of the run higher like that, it can retrace, but I want to see it retrace but holds right there. So you can see when we shoot down lower, that is like I was seeing it as a retail scaring off the retails that went long. Okay. But now I want to see what now do we form a low. That's what I type. Now do we form a low? Okay, we did form a low and we close above it. Bodies tell me the story. We close above it and now I want to see what expansion. Does price this expand past this? I want to see price close above it. Okay, with price closing above like that, that confirms me that we are going to go higher. We have a chance that is above a high probability chance that we are going to go higher, not we will go higher. That's why you see I shifted my stop loss right to the that low because I don't want to see that low get raided. And because of that expansion up, I'm thinking that price might I want to see how price use this new week opening gap. Okay. I don't think the movement is done. With that kind of movement up, is is that kind of displacement is what you want to see. Okay, now this is a 4 hour chart. Yes, it's kind of messy, but you can see I saw this. I'm thinking if you want to go higher, we have been going lower for the whole day. If you want to go higher, it's very possible. So I'll just stop loss is risk is already reduced. That's why I'm just going to hold the trade. So you can see expansion higher up the new opening gap. And then we have not reached for the opening range gap CE also. So that could be the first target, which with hindsight, I could have just take my profits here, but I've been trading my stop loss because it did hold around the opening range gap CE. But it's fine. It still offered like a significant amount. Okay, now you can see it's already risk-free trade. So opening range gap CE now is gonna get messy on my chart because I was looking at multiple time frames and levels. Yeah, to be honest, it was hard for me also to focus. And I do admit that yeah, my chart is very messy at that time. It was hard. But now what was I seeing was opening gap CE and I think this is a 15-minute CB. But I want to see price use this and the new week opening gap to continue gravitating higher. So now the stop loss is a bit shifted. Okay, so because we supported and got above the opening gap CE, I'm thinking that price can continue going higher. But definitely it will need a retracement at this point. It's 11:18 already. So 10:50 and macro did have a nice run up. And we have also reached for this 15 minutes CB. This is 15 minutes CBC. Reach for it already. So yeah, I was thinking, can price reach up to here like I was saying, London high. Almost, but it did a retracement. It stopped me out first. Because again, price has to retrace to a discount first. After this kind of big movement, price will want to retrace to a discount first. Yeah, currently at this point, I was thinking that should I close my trade? Yeah, here have some potential profits. It moves like around 100 points already. But I have my stop loss better than break even already. So this is just managing the trade. I'm training myself to just take away the concern of the money aspect. and it's already risk free, so like why not just hold it. So right here you see I did want to close the charts, close my trade, but you can see with this expansion up, did not touch it. Now I see this price expand past here, but you can see it did not. It touched the rejection block. At this candle, it actually should have just expanded higher already. If it doesn't mean that it's going to collapse. It's just going to have a sort of retracement. A retracement to a discount. Okay, and you can see at this point actually that should indicate that price wants to retrace to a discount, because at this point one more chance it has to use this and move higher, so stop loss just here. This low should stay safe already if we are going to go higher. Can I make it faster? Okay, you can see it with hindsight. Okay, it reached for my stop loss. Okay, you see expansion lower, it did. I was thinking, okay, this 15 minutes BC, the balance price, it should support price. Did close above it, that looks nice, but does it expand higher? You see, I did thought stop me out. I was getting concerned with the PNL, but in fact there's no loss for this trade. And ICT always say, when the trade is already winning, you don't let it lose anymore. That's why I always pay the trader. So my stop loss is already paying the trader, so it's fine. You can see this, it can just breach lower and then continue moving higher. Just like that, I'll stop out. And right here, yes, I did think that I want to trade again, but I waited. Okay, open your gap CE was reached right here. Hold it around it. Did not want to move higher. Yeah, 100 points was offered. I should have just take it, but it's fine. So right here, you can see I drew out that premium to discount. But with price expanding like that, it's not reaching for this dealing range. So I was reaching, it's reaching for a lower dealing range, a bigger dealing range, a bigger retracement. I'm constantly waiting for a sign of support. So we do have a sell side here. You can potentially read it. That's possible right here. Okay, you can see 30314.55 to 30360. So I will stop out right here. Okay, so now it's 11:50 a.m. macro. Okay, so now you can see it retraced down to the discount that I was seeing already. Okay, so right here, again, too fair to get rule, but for this trade, it did it did hang around here for longer because it's lunch, and ICT also said this in 2022 mentorship, 2022 I think. Price will want to form this short-term low, and then it will raid it, then it will continue moving higher. But I was trusting this low to have formed already. And if I'm stop out, that's it for the day. But I've seen price retrace lower, failed to take this low out, form a low. Now it form another low. Okay, on the 5 minute chart, I want to see price expand above this 5 minute CB. That will be a next movement. Okay, see short term low rated. So what I'm waiting, do we get this? Okay, when we get this, that affirms my direction. That's why I see stop loss choke to right here instantly. So risk is reduced. Now I see 5 minute CB you be used to move higher, and this old 15 minute CB do use higher. Okay, again this move is just to scare people out. So I want to see expansion pass here. So new week opening gap, I want to see price use new week opening gap and move higher, and then new day opening gap to move higher. So yeah, it's considered a quite chop day, but down close was still supporting price, and I was convinced that we're going to go higher. That was what I'm waiting for, that expansion up. That's why now my stop loss is already choked to even lower. So now basically to me it's already a risk free trade. So now I just gonna hold it and manage it. Okay, so I'm seeing that retracement, it retraced to a discount and move higher. So I'm thinking that is the second stage of distribution. So now we are going to be in second stage of distribution. So I'll see price to continue expanding higher since price only retraced to a discount. So now I see price break up here and then continue finish off the move to the daily high. But it might be not time to do it. It might happen during the PM session. So ES was constantly moving higher, making new highs, but Nasdaq wasn't. So I'm expecting Nasdaq to follow through what ES was doing, because it basically price action was telling me it was just trapping those shorts, and then it's going to rate them. Definitely it's going to rate them. So you can see this 5 minutes CB. I want to see price get above it, break this high. I want to see price break this high. And this is the open range gap CE. We are right there. So I want to see price support of it. We already expanded off this new week opening gap. So now I see price support of that open range gap CE. Yep, because it did a 3 drive pattern right here. I don't want to see it. I want to see it expand higher some more, not 3 drive pattern move lower. Okay, that 5 minute rejection block. I want to see price expand past it. You can see with big signal on the 15 minutes chart, body staying above that bisi, so I can aim higher. You can see the expansion higher. So when price close above that high, this high, how will it close? You see, how will this high be broken? So my thought was, If price expand past it, then I'm convinced that we are moving higher. But if price just weak through it and move lower, then that will be a sign that it's time to take profit. If you break this high with expansion, that will mean we are going higher. That's why I type. That is expansion. And this is 5 minute chart, so I'm waiting 30 more seconds for it. I want to see close like that. Okay, once it close like that, now I am convinced that we are going to go higher. It can have deep retracement. It's okay. It's a risk free for me. And he has already went up so high, so it's reasonable for retracements. Okay, I need to speed things up. Oh, another 5 minutes. I'll give it another 5 minutes. Yep, it's time for me to go work already. Okay, you can see retracement, but you can see this high. How you can see price will sit above this high. It will just go back up and sit above there. All these moves are just to scare people that went long, including me myself. I had a skin. Oh shit! I should have closed here. But I thought to myself, no. Listen to the analyst. The analyst says what here. Okay, support of it. So get above it. Okay, so that was the analyst, and my stop loss really throw to a reasonable price. See the 1 hour chart. Okay, basically I was looking at this CB. You can see this CE right here. Okay, so now what I want to see is because price failed to reach for the CE, it failed to reach at here. It's saying all the way lower, but now it came back all the way up. So definitely it's going to move higher, in my opinion. If it's going to move higher, it's going to expand higher. So everyone that went long will be scared by this. They'll throw their stop loss way too close and they'll get stopped out. My stop loss is way below here. We got two balanced price range to support to protect my stop loss. Yeah. Now I'm expecting expansion higher. You can see 1 hour chart. So I want to see price expand past this 1 hour CB high. I want to see price expand past it. And also it's the 5 minutes CB high. So this is very influential for me. Because at this point I want to see expansion, not retracing down all the way back already. I'm not going to allow that already. I want to see expand high because it's almost 12:50 AM macro. PM macro, sorry. Yeah, come on, come on. Can see how ugly price is. This is really, you know, holding big trades. It's just like that. Like the back and forth constantly makes you feel like. But I was managing it. I just stand up, I walk around, I watch anime. Because just telling myself, it's a risk free trade, like I've already hit the target of what I want to reach for the day. Now just need to sit and wait. Okay, because I was saying what you can see this high, it was supporting, bodies are closing above it. It did a deep retracement already, so deep retracement, but bodies still went above it. Yeah, but at this point I was already tired of holding the the position, and I just decided that just close it. Okay, and it's Thursday and we have NFP tomorrow. You know that price moving like that is enough already. I don't need for it to reach the daily high. So I took my profits around here. You will see. I was waiting for the next move higher, and that's it. I'll tell myself that's it. You can see, because basically in my mind I'm envisioning what I want the 5 minute candle to do. 15 minutes is 5 minutes candle. So every 5 minute candle forms the 15 minutes. So it's just imagination. That's how I view it. Yeah, maybe you guys may not understand it, but every time I'm envisioning what kind of candle I expect. Okay, but you can see what is it? It's been holding price right there, right? Bodies holding the bodies right there. But does that high support price? That is the criteria. It supports price, and that's it. You can see it constantly supporting price. And I was saying the logic is if price expand above it, then we can move higher. So at this moment, after it did this move lower, what 12:50 p.m. macro, we want to see expansion higher already. See, I say now it should rip higher. Does it rip higher? Because 5 minutes is already touching it once more. Okay, and because of ES, you can see that 5 minute CB is holding price, and it's a valid three drive pattern already, so it can potentially move lower. So if it does it, my stop loss is gonna get hit. And that's it. Because my stop loss is at a it's a very good place already. So all these back and forth movement should hold price here to here equilibrium. That is where it should stop. Okay, whatever. Okay, so now expansion higher. I want to see act as a 5 minute rejection inversion fair gap. Yep, I did went long here. I will show you guys. Wait. This is too slow. Okay, this is way too slow. Back to here. Damn, I need to make my food already. Damn. Okay, 2 more minutes. I can bear with 2 more minutes. So right here, I did scale in. I thought to myself, I see I went long. I'm gonna go long. So I'm thinking that if price stop me up here, it's going to close the whole trade. But then I thought, oh my god, my trade I entered a bit too late. I wanted to enter right here, but ended up entering right here. So that's like extra 10 points. So I'm thinking this as a stop rate, but it went even lower than what I expected. That's why I did not like it. I should have closed this position as soon as it gave me a chance. Like when it entered back that CB, I entered back at CB, I closed it. I wasn't expecting this kind of big retracement. Okay. Yeah, I just threw my stop loss to right here. It did not reach lower back into it, but it almost reached for it. Okay. Because ES wasn't moving. That was what made me doubt that position. Okay, because of this, no. You can look at that. That's not something you want to trade. You can see this. So many back and forth, so high resistance. So that's why when I touched that, I closed my trade, okay? And I decided, okay, just write the just write it. But in the end, it continued expanding higher. Okay, just like that. That's what you want to see. Clearing off that mess, and daily O high right here, pulling out my stop loss even higher now. It should expand. Okay, I'm gonna take my profit at the rejection block. I was saying this high, okay, London high, that's the terminus. I typed it somewhere. So now just a bit of review. So I could held all this 30340 to, so that's like 120 points. Okay, now it's going to expand. So you can see right here, now I'm showing you guys why I did went long. This is that dealing range on the 50-minute chart. It went to it synced into a discount, but look at the wicks. Okay, that's why I went long, and that's why I decided that it's just sinking into a discount. Okay, so I just take profit, and that's it. So that's it for this trade review. It's a very nice trade. So, and then I did not trade the next day because that's enough. So that's it for this trade review. See you guys in the next one.